Hey, what's up guys and gals, my name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Hogan's Heroes. More specifically, we're going to be focusing on the co-stars or the supporting cast of Hogan's Heroes and the bit of drama that was going on behind the scenes. I want to thank all of you for your support. The best way to support my channel is when people hit that subscribe button. So I want to thank you so much. It's 100% free to do so. It's very simple and it goes a long way. So thank you in advance. Now the show's Hogan's Heroes was a unique one because it had a rather large supporting cast. We have, of course, Bob Crane heading up the entire show, of course, who the show is named after, Robert Hogan, and then we have Werner Klemperer playing, of course, the lovable Commandant Klink. Then we have Sergeant Schultz, but then we have the supporting cast, and we have people like Major Hochstetter, played by Howard Kane. You also have Leon Astin, who played the lovable General Burkhalter. And then you have more of the heroes. This, of course, includes Larry Hovis. It includes Ivan Dixon. It includes Robert Clary. And we can't forget Richard Dawson. Now, amongst these last men that I have named, there was a bit of, behind the scenes drama, and that is because they wanted to each get the most amount of lines on camera as possible. And it comes from Howard Kane himself, who played Major Hochstetter. He gives a really good rendition of it. According to him, the set of Hogan's Heroes was not tumultuous, but it was also not harmonious 100% of the time. He added that a handful of altercations did take place regarding how jealous cast members were of the others, the ones that I named, the supporting heroes. Now, this was a recurring theme. The best way to summarize it was that it was a working marriage. There were ups and downs. It was a rather large cast, and the thing is there's only a limited amount of screen time in general, around 26 minutes, and so that means that the 7 regulars of the show and even a handful of semi-regulars that appeared off and on at different times, they had to kind of vouch for on-screen time and lines. Jealousy began to pop up, and that would come up according to Robert Clary. Now, he admits to feeling resentment at the size of his parts, because you can remember that LeBeau was integral regarding some episodes. He was the chef. That was the way that he bribed the guards and he bribed the Germans. However, there were many times where he had very few speaking lines. He explains that because they were all very self-interested, no one ever said, "I'm not selfish. I don't care how big my part is. It's part of the ensemble." Deep down inside, we all wanted to shine, and they wanted to shine constantly. This according to Robert Clary, as I mentioned. Now, Sergeant Carter, who was played by Larry Hovis, adds that he often felt that his role was so unimportant that in a TV Guide profile in 1970, he called himself the Invisible Man. It was well known that all of these men at one time or another went to the people who wrote the lines, the writers, and the higher-ups to try to influence them to get more lines during the show. Instead of, "Hey, what do you think, Colonel? That's a great idea." "Oh, you're out of your mind, Colonel." All these supporting little lines that in the end they counted, "Well, I got 5 of those lines. I got 12 of those lines," and so forth. Another interesting anecdote comes from Bernard Fox. Now, he played the recurring character Colonel Crittenden. He said, "I was chatting with the producer one time, and I had said something about the problems with the stars and all. And he said, 'Bernie, my problems are not with the stars themselves. My problems are with the supporting stars.' And because they were all jostling for more dialogue, more scenes, it became a little bit tumultuous on set." Because of this, guys and gals, many people have even argued that there were too many people in the cast and that they maybe had to write some characters out. If you notice, Ivan Dixon left the show. Kenneth Washington kind of took his place in a semi-similar character, and of course his role pretty much diminished, as well as some of the others on the cast. What do you guys think? Do you think that they were done an injustice because of this, or do you think it's just part of showbiz? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to browse the channel. I have so many videos for you to see. Regardless of what problem, what struggle, what frustration you have in your life, I hope you're staying positive, and I hope you're not letting it get you down, and know that things will get better and things will improve. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget, be hopeful. A very big shout out and a big thanks to executive producers Andy, David, and Joe for being amazing supporters of the channel, as well as all of my Patreon supporters. If you want to become a Patreon member and have exclusive content only seen on Patreon, don't forget to visit the page. Links are in the description. I also have coffee mugs and other cool merchandise for you to look at. Links in the description as well.